Hi there. My name's Ollie, and I've been playing Apex since Season 0, so going on 3 years now. In those 3 years, I've hit Apex Predator and Master multiple times, got 20 kill and 4K badges on almost every single character, just missing 3, and I've done pretty much every single thing in the entire game. Now, that being said, I know that I'm a part of a very small percentage of players, and I'm just saying that I believe that I have a pretty good knowledge and understanding of the game's strengths and its many, many weaknesses and where it can improve. Now, let's start on a good note and talk about the pros of Apex. The movement. It's incredible. Thank you, Titanfall, and thank you, Respawn. I'm sure if you ask many players, they'll tell you that this is why they started playing. And it's for a reason. It develops a skill gap, which is always super important in these kinds of games. But most importantly, it gives a reason to come back and continue playing. The next thing I want to talk about is the character abilities. For the most part, they're really, really fun and intuitive and creative. It adds a lot to the game, and I know that it creates diverse comps and stuff like that. And again, for the most part, I really love them. And then that's going to lead into the gunplay, which is very different from other shooters in the market. And I want to say most guns are balanced. Okay, most are. That being said, the Rampage is not balanced and the L-Star wasn't balanced. And I think that the balanced team could heavily take inspiration from content creators and playtesting. I don't know if they do that already, but I think they should. Now, I want to talk to the devs. Thank you guys at Respawn. I know a lot of you guys have left, and I know that the community has been absolutely terrible. But for the most part, you guys have tried your absolute hardest to deliver on features the community want to see and trying your best to communicate at every turn. That being said, I need to move on to the cons now because I have a lot of issues with the game and why I believe that Apex is slowly dying. First, the lack of features such as private matches, custom matches, or even a better firing range. Now, before I go deeper, I just want to say I do not know anything about developing games. I'm just a YouTuber and a content creator and a player who absolutely loved Apex. And I'm just going to say it. I'm very sad to see that so many things that I've asked for have never been implemented and we've always been told, "Oh, it's coming soon. It's coming soon." But that's not enough. Custom matches add so much replayability to the game and adds a variety of content for content creators and the community. Now, I'm going to just go over the next thing and say that the lack of game modes and LTMs is actually crazy. Even just something like 80% reduced cooldowns or all 3 people on your team are the exact same character could be so easily introduced. I don't think that the player base would split up too much, and if it did, it would just give more options to the players who play this game every single day. If LTMs were rotating weekly or monthly, it would make the game so much more refreshing to play, and I guarantee you that the player base would increase dramatically. Another thing that I would absolutely love to see is a reward through play system. And I'm not talking about reward tracks. I want a skin that when I get 10,000 kills on a legend, no one else can buy this skin. And it shows off the hard work and achievement that I have put in. Again, 10,000 is pretty high, maybe like 1,000 or 500 or whatever the case may be. There needs to be more incentive to play the actual game. Maybe like a 5K badge or a 25 kill badge. I know for most players this is going to be unattainable. For the players that play this game every single day, you need something to work towards. There is literally no reason to play Apex for me anymore. Another thing that I would love to see is solo queue ranked and solo queue pubs. Respawn will never get us solos, we know that, but at least as solo players, we should be able to queue with other solo players. It will make the experience so much better for everyone and will stop players quitting from getting 3 stacked on. Now, I really didn't want to mention audio, but I have to. It's absolutely horrible, and people have been complaining since the very beginning of the game. I have no idea. Again, I'm not a developer, but there's no way to just turn down the audio atmospherically and increase footstep sounds. Please, there needs to be aerial audio. There needs to be more footstep sounds. Just take away the lava sound. I don't know why I'm in streamer building and I can hear lava and I can't hear this ash directly beside me walking up the stairs. Another thing that needs to be changed is catering to newer players with weapons and certain ability mechanics. The Rampage and the Spitfire were absolutely disgustingly strong weapons, and it took literally seasons for them to get nerfed. I don't fully understand why it takes so long to buff and nerf certain stuff. I guess you don't want to play with the meta too hard, but I feel like it would be way more refreshing for the actual players to go through several buffs and nerfs a season than to just deal with these absolute noob mechanic weapons and just getting absolutely rolled all the time. It's better to have a higher skill gap game to increase player retention than to have, Timmy with a Spitfire killing 3 people and then going back to Fortnite. Players will not learn to walk if they roll around in wheelchairs the whole time. End of story. While we're talking about wheelchairs, let's talk about aim assist. I'm a console player and fully believe that when next gen comes out, we should decrease from zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.4 for every single console or controller player. It will make the game a lot more fun for everyone and more difficult. Now, cheaters. Please implement a hard cap for temporary bans. When I say this, I mean if a player has 100% headshot accuracy for an entire game, or maybe even 2 games, maybe that player is cheating. Give them a 2-hour ban and implement some sort of system that is for players to ban other players through reports. I should be able to go in and watch this guy's gameplay and see that he's clearly cheating. This will help your team and hideouts so heavily. Now, I know that there's a bunch of other stuff that I didn't mention that I wish was in the game, but I just wanted to keep this as short as possible. I'm so sorry for ranting at you guys for 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes now. And last thing I want to say is if anyone at Respawn or EA sees this, thank you so much for trying your best. No one in the end of the day is perfect, okay? I don't believe that anyone on this world is perfect. I know you guys try your best, and I know that I will never understand what it's like to be a developer or anything. But there's little things that I believe that you guys could be implementing to help grow the game and help make it better. If any of you see this from EA or Respawn and you need playtesters or help from players, me and a bunch of my other friends on YouTube and people that play this game constantly and consistently would be so available to help you in any way possible. If you guys need more help, let the community know. We are, at the end of the day, all in this together. And yeah, I'm sorry so much for ranting at you guys, but it's been your boy Ollie. I love you guys. Stay safe during this next year. And that's all. Peace.